Hello and welcome to Todd's Kitchen. I'm Todd, this is my kitchen. Today we're going to be working on several things, some Mediterranean style cooking. It's my brother-in-law's birthday tomorrow and we're having him over for dinner and I'm going to cook him a meal. We're going to have a salad that I'm going to prepare tomorrow, and then we're having a chicken dish, some hummus, some pita bread, and some Greek lemon chicken. So we're gonna make the marinade today, and then we'll make the rest of it tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, starting off, we have some olive oil, we have Dijon mustard, 2 lemons, a head of garlic, thyme, and I have some Italian seasoning. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put in some of our olive oil. We're gonna put a healthy, generous, about half the bottle. Generous serving of our Dijon mustard. Put in some of our Italian seasoning. Then we're going to take our thyme. You know, they say money can't buy time, but I did. With money. That, children, is what we call a bad joke. Alright, I'm just going to put that in there. And then we're just going to take it like this, and I'm just going to pull all the leaves off. Like, no, one strand at a time, Todd. There you go. Just like this. And what the marinade's going to do is it's going to soak into the chicken, and all that flavor is going to get soaked into the chicken. So I think that should be enough, actually. All right, now we're gonna stir this up. You can see incorporating that into there. Freshly cracked pepper. Some salt. Our lemon. Just cut these in half. Now we're going to take these. We're going to squeeze these into here. Now we're going to take it and cut some of this peel off. I don't have a zester, so what I'm gonna do, just for the marinade, is I'm just gonna kind of cut it up really fine like this. Not really fine, but just a little bit. Yeah, we'll just use a little bit. Maybe one more thing, and that's gonna be all right. Our handy dandy garlic smasher. So what we're gonna do, all this garbage, just take this, and you go, do that, get rid of the, we're just gonna go, let's see, right in there, and then we're just gonna go, oops, just gonna go like this. Got a bunch of pieces in here that I don't know how that got in there. Anyway, marinade. All right, now that we're done with our marinade, we're gonna start working on processing our chicken. I bought chicken leg quarters. So we're gonna process them and get them ready for the marinade process. All right, here we go. What we're gonna do, we have our chicken leg quarters here. We have our skin. It's acting all weird. Pull it tight. There we go. Get that little feather off of there. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go in with our very sharp knife underneath here. You see that? Then we're gonna look for the joint right here. You kind of see that. We're just gonna slide our knife right in there. We're gonna go around right there. Now we have our singular chicken leg. We'll pull it there. See that? And then we're just gonna trim this. So here's, you can see this whole thing out here. This is like, this is part of the tail. We don't need all that. Just gonna cut that part off. I wanna keep our skin on there for when we bake it. Cut this little piece off. And each piece we're just making sure there's no like excess skin on there. Perfect. Put all the chicken in the bowl. Grab our marinade from earlier, and we're just gonna pour it over our chicken like this. And you're just gonna get in there and work it into every piece. All right, now we're gonna come in with our lid. I'm gonna put our lid on it, and this is gonna go in the fridge overnight. All right, it is now the next day, and we're gonna start on the flatbreads. So I have my stainless steel mixing bowl. I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda. Trust me, they're not the same thing. 2 cups of flour, and 1 cup of Greek yogurt. All right, we're gonna start by adding our flour, our baking powder, and we're gonna add our yogurt. And last but not least, our olive oil. Now we're gonna go in with some salt and some pepper. And now we're just gonna mix all this together. All right, once we get it to about that consistency, we're gonna dump it on the table, and we're going to get it rolled out. So we get some more flour. Ta-da! Now we're gonna go in and cut this into smaller pieces that we can start cooking. Alright, so now if we were doing regular size flatbreads, this would be the approximate size for each of them, but we're not. We're doing mini flatbreads, so we can eat it with the hummus. So we're gonna go in and cut each of these into 4. Now, all of these are all going to be their own little bread. Alright, so now we got our cooktop. heat up real quick. I'm gonna start rolling these out. Get that nice and hot, and we'll just leave that in there. Alright, now the flatbread is done, we're going to start on the salad. I'm going to cut up the cucumbers, the onion, and the bell pepper right now. And I'm going to marinate them in a vinaigrette made from olive oil and mild blueberry balsamic vinegar. This is from the Virgin Olive Oiler, right down there in Sundance Square in Fort Worth. It's good stuff. So I'm going to make that, and then we're going to get those marinating, and then about an hour, half hour before it gets here, we're going to cut up the tomatoes and throw them in there, just to keep it fresh. Alright, let's get started. Don't eat these. By the way, when you hold a knife, don't hold it like that, okay? Because then it's like flimsy. You want to hold it like this. Take your 3 fingers, 1 finger here, thumb here, and that creates an extension of your arm rather than like you're holding something. It's more of a extension. So. Now, move on to our cucumber. I'm going to cut these ends off like this. Throw these away. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start by cutting it in half lengthways. Now we're going to cut like this. Now, some people, they don't like the seeds for cucumbers. Personally, I love them. But some people don't, so it sucks for them. Now, our red onion. You have the root and the not root part that goes up into the sky. Alright, so we're going to first we're going to take the peel off. So there's a few ways to do this. I'm just going to cut right down the middle, go down, but I haven't cut that part yet. I'm just going to do this. Now the reason we're using red onion for this is because red onion has its best flavor when it's raw. It's sweet and has a really distinct, mild flavor. It's best used on sandwiches and salads. Ooh, some of that slimy skin that's in between the layers there. There's this, these, throw them away. Now, I'm just going to cut this end off. Go this way. Alright, now I've kept the root here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut, so I have my line here. I'm going to cut here. Still, I'm not cutting the root. I'm going to turn it, cut it again. Again. Now, now I can go ahead and just kind of snip away at the sides. just look at that. I am perfectly satisfied with all of that. Now, in the bowl, we're going to mix some of our Italian seasoning, some of our thyme from yesterday, I'm going to go in with olive oil and some of our wild blueberry balsamic vinegar. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to start mixing this. I think we're missing one ingredient. A little bit of Dijon mustard. And the secret ingredient, a little bit of water. Now we're going to transfer this onto our vegetables. I'm just using a whisk to kind of scrape. Take a spatula. I'm just going to mix this in. Alright, now I'm going to let this marinate in the fridge until about an hour before the party. And I'm going to cut up my tomatoes just because I don't want them to get all soft and squishy. Alright, now we have our salad done. So we have our salad, our flatbread, our chicken from yesterday is still marinating in the fridge. And then about an hour before the party, I'm going to put the tomatoes in here. I'm going to get the chicken out and put it in the oven. And everything should be ready by the time it gets here. So I will see you about 6 o'clock. But, you know, for you it's just going to be like, here we are. It is 1 hour before the party, and I have my vegetable salad that has been marinating in the dressing, and I'm going to work on these tomatoes real quick before I get the chicken in the oven. So with these tomatoes, I'm just going to dice them. I'll show you how I do that. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to simply cut this. And I'm going to turn them like this. I'm just going to go like this. Sorry. I'm going to go this. Alright, now we've got our tomatoes in there. I'll stir it up one last time. And we're going to put this in the fridge until the party. Now we're going to get working on our chicken. Alright, so I'm going to take a cast iron skillet here. Put some oil. I like to use this extra virgin olive oil cookie spray. Ran out of room. Always put the skin side up. I'm just going to take the remainder of this marinade and just gently drizzle on top. And I put my oven, I preheated it to 350. I have a thermometer I'm going to plug in there. It connects to my phone and it will notify me when it is done. So let's get these in the oven.